Hi there, this is Nicole Elissa, intuitive love coach for amazing, empowered, basically business women, entrepreneur-oriented women who want to really create a legacy for themselves, both not only in their careers, but also in their love lives. And today I have a very special video for you. What to do after heartbreak or after a breakup. See, my point of view is that one of the key skills that you need to learn after you go through breakup or heartbreak is to build self-trust, especially for us women, because it seems to be that we have been taught not to fully trust our needs or wants since growing up, right? Many of us are even in this path because originally we were told that our feminine essence was wrong and we needed to be a different version of ourselves in order to succeed. So many of you are waking up from that and you're like, you know what? I want to be me. I want to be authentic. I want to have success my way. I want to own my desire for partnership, for love, and I just want to get it right. So when you go through heartbreak, it can be devastating. And here's what I want you to really get. When you go through heartbreak, that is life inviting you to expand, okay? One of the amazing things that I learned from my mentors from all over the years is that as a human species, we are being called to expand. You look at it, the universe is always expanding. And one of the issues that lead to the enormous amount of pain that you can be feeling during a breakup or a heartbreak is that feeling and that sensation that you could have done something different, right? The thing is that we are not taught to expand, right? As amazing beings that we are told to be quite the opposite. We are told to shrink. We're taught to be small. And even though you know this consciously and you're fighting it, you don't have to fight it. What I invite you to really get is that even in those moments of pain, your call to move into the next stage of your life, meaning that right partner for you, is to expand and to remain open. And how do you do that exactly? Because remaining open even when you're hurting, it's tough. Here's the thing though, in order for you to attract great, amazing, epic love, your heart needs to be open. And most people do not get this. When you go through heartbreak or, like loss, that's the moment where you start to feel like you want to close your heart. You feel like you have to protect yourself. You feel like you cannot trust other people, circumstances, and that's where your ego starts playing you. And I want you to really get this and become vigilant and aware of this. I love that A Course in Miracles says that the motto of the ego is seek but do not find. And it seeks, it just is constantly trying to seek separation. It instills fear inside of us so that we don't trust ourselves. And what does that mean? It means that your ego wants you to not trust your very essence, which is love, okay? Anything that tells you that you are not love, that you're not meant to have love, that love might not happen for you or might not work for you is ego. It is fear in action. And because you are not your ego, you are your soul, right? Like you're a soul, you're an emanation of love. You have to understand that not a challenge, but it basically comes with the package of being here on earth is that you have the voice of your ego. It's just your job to not become it. So when you are in that space where you are going through heartbreak and you're feeling all the pain, you have to remain conscious, okay? You might feel tempted to numb it out, to focus on work, to avoid it, but that is actual shrinkage. You are not being the biggest version of you. And that energy is fear-based action. So when you take fear-based action, you remain stuck. And you have this big pile of energy within you that you're not looking at. And because you're not looking at it, you go ahead and you can't recreate it, right? Because you're not paying attention to the vastness that's your soul and what it's trying to tell you, so you're not learning your lessons. Many of my followers are actually big into astrology, and they're very spiritual. So I work with women from all walks of life who are spiritual, and I honor your belief systems. It's all about your connection with source. So a lot of my followers and my audience, they believe in Mercury like retrograde. And one of the things that I tell them is, look, Mercury retrograde is an opportunity for you to look at situations from the past and rectify the wrongdoing or the things that you did not learn in the past. I want you to get that the universe wants you to evolve. It wants you to be love. It wants you to have love. But if you misinterpret that desire of the universe towards your well-being, you will always be in fear. So when you go through breakup, when you go through heartbreak, you want to remain open and you want to be truthful to yourself. How do you do that? How do you actually learn your lessons from source, from the universe, from spirit, from God, from life, from the universe? How do you do that? Well, you've got to first develop self-awareness, okay? But this is not like a wishy-washy self-awareness. A lot of people, they kind of dabble in certain things, right? They dabble a little bit in spirituality, or they dabble a little bit in their knowing. But if it's surface level, you have to get that your ego is stopping you from letting it truly penetrate and reaching to your next level. So you want to create commitment towards yourself, okay? I'm going to create basically a routine for you, something that's really going to shift you and support you. You first have to have commitment, okay? It's like your commandment with yourself, commitment towards yourself. If you want a devoted, committed man, you need to create that for yourself. So you first create commitment to your self-awareness, and you tie it up with accountability. You want to look within, and you might ask yourself, so Nicole, but what should I look for? What kind of awareness should I look for? Well, first, you will start to notice a lot of maybe negative thinking. Maybe I wasn't good enough. Maybe I wasn't pretty enough. And these thoughts can be kind of jarring for you as, you succeeding in so many other things in your life. I know it can be kind of jarring, but you have to pay attention to it, because these are the thoughts, these are the subconscious thoughts that actually keep you attracting the wrong type of man. This is the truth. If you don't feel like you are good enough for the man that you seek subconsciously, emotionally, spiritually, even though you might think consciously that you are, or you might say it, or you might boast it, you might be like, no, I know I'm good enough, but there's a part of you that believes that you're not. You want to pay attention to that, because you want to have a consistent energy about who you are, about yourself, about what you deserve. The more you work at this, you don't have to be fully have completed the cycle of getting there, but in that process of becoming that woman, you will notice that your energy will start to open up and attract the right type of man for you. Okay, this is not a goal-oriented a commitment towards yourself. You do this work even when your man is there. It's just that you want to create that commitment with yourself first. You want to have that commitment to your awareness and your accountability. Okay, accountability can look like working with a coach, etc., something that's going to support you in this process of transformation. And remember, it is not goal-oriented. Yes, you're committed to the epic love that you want, and at the same time, it needs to be a commitment towards yourself and you feeling the fullness that is you. Second, you want to, it's interesting. It's just that this is the perfect moment for you to build self-trust, because that's when all of the shadow beliefs that you have about yourself are closer to the surface. It's like the veil that was there between your unconscious, your subconscious, and your conscious mind about what is creating your love life. It's just so thin in that moment. So instead of avoiding it by trying to find another boyfriend or traveling or using your money to just look to feel good in a moment, you want to go within, because I know that you want real answers. And the real answer is you committing to really being the embodiment of the love that you seek first, while also being open to love another person. And that's where your ego will have you or want you to shut down. It will try to tell you all the reasons why you shouldn't trust men, you shouldn't go out there, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do the other, but I want you to really get that it is your responsibility to keep your heart open, not only to yourself, but to love. You know, it's the only person that loses, like when you really want love, and love is your biggest desire, when you start to believe these thoughts about not trusting men, etc., the only person that's actually really losing is you, because you are robbing yourself out of your ideal life and you let your ego lead you to that space. So that's where accountability comes in, right? And self-awareness and being committed to your unfolding. It's like a flower that is really opening up for good, right? So you want to really get this. Self-trust, you need to build it right after, you know, like not just when you go through heartbreak, but it's the perfect time to open up, to take more responsibility, to be more accountable with yourself and what you attract. Unconsciousness will only bring you more of what you are already experiencing. So becoming conscious and doing this work is going to give you the healing and the love. Like I hear the healing love that you seek. As an intuitive love coach, I like to work a lot with the angels of love, and it's very interesting because I've seen that the universe just wants to truly help you. Okay, and I merge not only the science of helping you heal things subconsciously, but I can help you fine tune where you're holding blocks to love in your being, in your body, and I help you truly tap into that goddess of love that you really are. Okay, so self-trust is key. How do you build self-trust? Well, there are certain pillars of self-trust that I personally teach in my program, Goddess of Love. And one of them is your personal sense of authority, okay? What stops you from building self-trust in many ways is the fact that you've been taught not to fully trust yourself. And you've been taught that love is something so big that it just happens to you, and that is not the truth. Your energy is what attracts love. Now, when you build self-trust, it's not just about seeking to feel good. The mental trap and the ego trap will have you think, I just need to feel good. So that's why I see a lot of women, it's like, I want to travel to this place to feel good. And then when you're feeling good in that place, you meet a guy. But that feeling good state is fleeting. Why? And then the guy disappears and it's not what you're looking for. You don't want to look for fleeting. You want to become the feel good energy. And in order to do that, you have to be willing to release all the ideas that make you not trust yourself, that make you distrust love, right? That make you fearful of love, so that you find your power within that. I'm going to give you some ideas of key thought forms that I see get in the way of women trusting themselves and owning their goddessness. Parents telling them, I know best, you do not. Parents, specifically mothers, or it could be men too, but like mothers telling their daughters, you don't get this right. Like when you're going to find a man, you have to look for this or this or this or this. Meaning parents moving down to their daughters fearful ideas about love and about meeting men. Parents instilling ideas that bring in lack of self-worth within their children. So I want you to see how it all boils down to personal responsibility and self-trust. When a person really knows their worth, right, you let yourself have more. And that is a key thing. And it's actually one of the most, I think, insidious things that can get in your psyche and that affects you in attracting the one, is because you let the pressure of your parents, how they live their love life, how society lives their love life, to move you into taking action and then meeting people that are not the right fit for you. So what I like to call in and invite you to really go through is a journey within of coming back to love, coming back to your real essence of love, being all-knowing and letting yourself have what you truly deserve no matter what. You will only reap benefits from this. I don't want you to go through the pain that I've gone through. You know, like when you do this sort of work, you will learn with me, like for example, if you choose to work with me, in the span of months, what would normally take you like 4 to 5, 6 years of trial and error of getting for yourself. So really making all of that condensed in a way where you commit to that personal transformation, you are becoming yourself. One of and truly being authentic and freeing yourself. I hear from all the karma, from all the stress, from all the anxiety of needing to fit in maybe parental expectations of you in relationship or society expectations. So it's really weird how ingrained these ideas are from a very early age, and it's just so important to know what is actually showing up for you. And all of this is really going to help you feel good about yourself and send out the right energy. See, you are meant to expand, relationship or not. One of the most important things that you need to create and to build within you is commitment to your self-awareness, commitment to your self-growth, because love is something that we learn, right? Why learn so many things about money, finances, and everything and not have a willingness to learn about love? That is ego. So I want you to see how your ego can get in the way, can make you shut down and not learn your lessons. So if you want to learn your lessons properly and you want to get it right, you don't want to be missing out on all those signals that are telling you whether a guy is the right fit for you or not. You want to live your most amazing, epic love life, then I invite you, in life in general, then I invite you to connect with me to explore if Goddess of Love is the right fit for you. I will be doing more videos on this topic because it's so easy to say it, right? You can say, Nicole, I read about this here and there, but there's something about mastery about it, right? That's why I say it's not about dabbling into something, it's about committing to it because you're worthy of the commitment. And these attachments that we can have to our parents or what we learned can be so strong that consciously you think you're choosing your new future, but somewhere you're still choosing your mom or your dad or what you learned. So these bonds, they're emotional and they're strong, and we do a lot of clearing processes so that you release that energy and you feel better. It's a thing. You know, your subconscious doesn't want to make your parents wrong. And it's not about making them wrong. It is about blessing them the moment you choose the next evolution of your life. Because they might have been unconscious about some of the things that they taught you, but that should not be a reason for you not to have the love that you want. And somewhere you need to become the authority figure in your life where you create your life in peace, in flow, right? And you're not just carrying these shackles with you. I've seen so many amazing, empowered women who carry it with them, like they're working towards their success, their sets, but then they have these dips in their confidence and in their self-worth, and the ego wants you to normalize it. So it keeps you there. It keeps you there. So if you want rapid transformation in your love life, but long lasting, right? You want the changes that you really have wanted all of your life. You want to feel whole. You want to feel powerful. You want to feel confident and worthy. And you want to have an amazing man by your side who is your match. Then I totally invite you to explore if Goddess of Love is the right fit for you. It's my absolute best program where we merge mind, body, and spirit in helping you become your feminine goddess self. You build up that identity from the inside out. You build up your own sense of authority. So when you speak things into your life, they happen to you, they come to you, so that life is no longer a struggle. And you don't carry that energy of struggle and striving and trying to get love and all that kind of thing anymore. And you are finally happy and you are living the life where you are treated as the goddess that you really are, like all in your worth, which is my vision for you. Let me know in the comment sections what you got from this video. I'm excited to support you. I have some special goodies for the ladies who joined this week to the program. It was my birthday yesterday and it was phenomenal. And for those of you who are interested to know more, definitely use the link below and I'll be connecting with you soon.